Action!
I am incredibly confused, to say the least. I'm standing in front of a 2024 Dodge Hornet RT, and I have heard nothing but negativity and how dealers can't sell them, all these bad things. I mean, I just drove this car for like the past 3 days. I can't get enough of this thing. Check this thing out. It's an Alfa Romeo with a Dodge logo on it. I really don't know what to make of it because I literally love to drive this car. I love the way it looks. There's a few things I would change, but in general, it's a nice looking car, and man, is it just fun. The only way to describe it. And you know, Dodge has just such a great track record. Maybe not necessarily reliable, maybe not necessarily always the best looking, but they just know how to make a fun car. I mean, what other brand is putting a 6.4 liter V8 in a fucking Jeep Wrangler, having this much play on the steering wheel before your tires actually move? It's just fun. They just make fun product, and this is another one of those. And I'm gonna get flamed for it, I know, for calling this a fun car when it's just it shouldn't be, but it is. Just drive one, because you haven't driven one yet. I have. It's fun. Looking at the front end here, you got your classic Alfa Romeo styling, but with a Dodge twist. So like these daytime running lights are kind of like in this pattern, and they're also your turn signals. You got the Dodge logo in the middle. You got these fake air vents in the hood. They actually do go down into the hood, but obviously they don't go down into something. This is a RT. But it doesn't have a V8 in it, but we'll talk about the engine in a little bit. But you're getting RT styling. Here's your Hornet right there. It's very different from the pale cat logo, but very different meaning. But it's in the same location, so it's kind of cool they follow that through. You got nice looking rims. These aren't necessarily my favorite, but you can get some really cool blacked out rims with these. The side profile, it's a small SUV, and I really want to put the emphasis on small. I would more consider it a crossover. You don't have a window in the back here. I mean, there's decent length, but overall, it's just a kind of a stubby looking vehicle from the side. I'm really impressed with the front. We're gonna take a look at the back, but I'm also impressed with that. But from the side profile, there's something about it where it's almost like too high, too much space in the wheel. It has something to do with like the way they designed this window. It really extends out pretty far over here. I feel like if they continued it down the body line here and then cut it off quick rather than going in the opposite direction, that might look cool. Coming around to the back of this, ta-da! Check out how sick this light bar is. This is always on, whether it's daytime or nighttime. Looks really fucking cool. You got the Dodge logo right in the middle there. It's always lit up. Check out this like three-dimensional light pattern that goes into it. It's a really rad design choice. You got your RT badge on there. Check out these exhaust tips too. We're gonna take a listen to the exhaust in a second, but check that out. It's built in. So it's really an Alfa Romeo when you look at it like this. So let's check out the inside. I'm pretty impressed. Welcome to the interior of your 2024 Dodge Hornet RT. It's an RT. What does that mean? Because it doesn't have a Hemi in it. If it's an RT, it should have a Hemi in it. When you get an RT, it means you're opting for a 1.3 liter turbocharged hybrid engine compared to the lower trim models, which would be considered the GT and GT Plus. Then you get a non-hybrid 2 liter turbo. So this has a very, very teeny tiny 1.3 liter turbo in it with the hybrid, and we're going to talk about that more in a little bit. The steering wheel feels super nice. It's great. You get all your nice design, and I mean, I want to say quality, but like I know the kind of track record Alfa Romeo has. Check out these metal paddle shifters. They're fucking massive. They're super nice and clicky, real hard metal. They actually float. The steering wheel, they stay the same. That's why they're big. Makes the driving experience just more fun. You are controlling a 6-speed auto transmission with this, and that is also connected to the electric motors, and it's connected to the main engine. When you get the non-hybrid version, it's connected to Dodge's 9-speed auto. The only downside to having these absolutely oversized paddle shifters is they're kind of close to your turn stocks here, and it kind of sometimes you can't really reach it that easily, and they're like the exact same length. Like everything's the same length here, so it feels a little clustered. Speaking of cluster, check out this very nice digital gauge cluster. There's not that much useful information, but it's very high definition. There's some decent customization for it. You can display what's on each individual gauge. Coming back to the steering wheel here, this button right here controls your e-drive modes, meaning every other drive mode other than sport, which is this button all the way down here. This chooses whether you're in e-save, which is just the gas economy option. If you don't want to use the hybrid, it'll charge the battery when you're going down hills and all of that. You can go into hybrid, which is the normal mode. It goes in between gas and electric as needed. Whatever's the most efficient, it just adapts to the driving. And then all electric. This is a plug-in hybrid, and it gets decent range on all electric, about 30 miles, which is great if you want to go to the office and back. Your gas range when you're on a full tank is 200, so you're only getting like max 250. Definitely trying to push people into charging it and using the gas at the same time, and honestly it's a fairly healthy way to do it. Over here you got a very just average size screen. It definitely doesn't overpower the interior. I feel like it's a fairly reasonable size screen. Maybe a little bigger would be nice. You got all these nice tactile buttons down here for your fan and climate control. Your heated seats and your heated steering wheel are in the touchscreen, so that does take some getting used to. Get used to it pretty quick. These are some really nice partially leather, partially cloth seats with the Dodge logo in it. Comfy for long car rides. This is your volume knob. There's a lot of plastic in this interior, but there's also a lot of metal, or at least thick plastic and leather. Overall, I'm gonna say this interior feels like it's nice quality. No creaking or anything. Check out the back here. You got your own vents. You can shut them on or off. You get USB-C, USB-A. This is my comfortable driving position right here as a fairly tall human being, and it's very comfortable. You're not getting that much extra head space, so be aware of that. Legroom isn't amazing. I have the seat fairly far back, to be fair. You're getting less space in here than like a Toyota RAV4, Honda CR-V. Overall, it's more than adequate for a long car ride. No automatic trunk, which is kind of ass. Let's see if it's an option. There's one trim level above this, so that would be the RT Plus. You get the sunroof and you get the auto trunk. You got a few other things. You're looking at a nice size trunk space, nothing that incredible. Like I said before, smaller than most of the competitors, but if you don't need it as big as the competitors, this is a great option for you. You've got plenty of room for luggage or skis if you put them diagonal. Fairly economical car, which is interesting coming from the RT product line. Let's check out underneath the hood, because that's where it really gets interesting. I was right there. 1.3 liter turbocharged hybrid inline 4, bit of a beast. It's not coming off. There's 4 cylinders underneath there. Kind of a nice size turbo, to be honest. This engine drives the front wheels, and the electric motor drives rear wheels. So it does make this an all-wheel drive vehicle, and it makes it kind of really awesomely sporty. The electric torque is so instantaneous, and it's always there to the back wheels, which gives you the nice driving experience of a rear-wheel drive car when you're taking corners. It also has torque vectoring to all 4 wheels, giving you extra torque to the outside wheels during tight turns. The engine, of course, drives just the front wheels alone, and so that's nice for when you're driving sporty, because it gives you that added traction and stability. Together, they make a pretty awesome system. The only downfall when you have the electric motors in the back is that when you regen, you can do less regenning, because most of the time, your front brakes are the ones in use. Check them out. They're pretty decent size. Those are pretty legit brakes for this size of a vehicle. You would not expect that. You don't get that on most other products of this size. So it is a fairly safe car when you're talking about brake specs and performance specs. The thing makes about 288 horsepower compared to the 2-liter 4-cylinder that's about 268. If you're going to get a Hornet, spend the extra money and go for an RT. Now, speaking of money, let's have a talk about that. Why is no one buying this thing? Well, as always, it's money. These things were listed around $50,000 to $60,000 MSRP, especially for the RT. If you got the GT, usually it's about high 30s. Most people were interested only in the RT, which is listed quite significantly higher than the competitor RAV4, CR-V, Audi Q5, everything like that. But you can't find one of these things for $50,000 anymore. Dealers cannot get them off their lots. So I'm seeing price reductions as much as over $20,000 on brand new 2024 vehicles. $20,000 off MSRP. That's like goes from 52 all the way down to 32, which is competitive for most of these similar size vehicles. So if you're okay with quite a bit less reliability, but a bit more sport, a bit more exhilarating driving experience, it's not your average mom car, okay? It's unique, you get looks and all that, but you still get the great gas mileage of a RAV4, any of those 4-cylinder SUVs. This is it, man. Check out this thing. This thing is in sport mode right now. Listen to this. I don't know if the camera's picking this up. It's a 1.3 liter 4-cylinder. Get super fucking close. Rumbling. A 1.3 liter hybrid car is rumbling. I can't believe it. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. Welcome to behind the wheel of the 2024 Dodge Hornet RT. We'll do a bit of boosted here. We're in sport mode down here. I have it just in drive. You can put it into manual and use those cool panels, but I'm just gonna see what the transmission thinks it should do. And here we go. Holy crap. Dude, if I had traction control off, it might have grabbed even sooner. I can't believe how insanely like burnout. This thing is a $30,000 brand new Alfa Romeo. Okay, it's pretty fucking cool. For that reason, my rating for this thing is gonna get a very, very healthy. It's gonna get an 8.1. This
first eight
on the channel, and it's a Dodge fucking Hornet. I would not think that. I picked this thing up and I thought I was gonna be so disappointed, and then I stepped on it. I was like, oh shit, this thing actually has power. And I was like, oh shit, this thing actually can steer. And it's like everything has just been a pleasant surprise. And if you're okay with a check engine light every once in a while, like most vehicles do, if you're not buying a Toyota, just buy this thing. It's an 8.1, and it's a very solid 8.1. 8.1 2024 Dodge Hornet RT. Thing's cool. Look at it. Seriously, consider it. These dealers have like 600-day supplies on their lot. So fucking bargain one down for like 25 grand. As always, guys, low quality, never sponsored content straight to you from us out in the middle of nowhere, as always. Thanks for watching, guys. This one was kind of a banger. Usually I say don't subscribe, but I think this one was good enough. Maybe consider subscribing, or at least look at our damn Instagrams in the damn description. Something, because this one was actually a good review. Yeah. Okay. It's the first. Oh wait, no, this isn't the first one.
I would do it, but I did it. Really having this shit, really winning. Was time that I thought I'd forever be sinning and spending whatever to spend on the bid. But God bless the game, did it all but a sinning. All the shots they let off, but they ain't hitting. All the shots we let off, they ain't mentioned was hitting. Go ask why he's fighting them limbs. Never change, I'm the same as just.